Oh, since the last video, we now know that the first Somali-American congresswoman's net worth jumped $30 million since her election. The queen of small cap stock trading has made a new move, and you know we have to talk about it. Marjorie Taylor Greene has officially picked her favorite stock sector. And I warned you about a politician's stock trade back in July, and fast forward to today, and it performed exactly like we expected. And Trump says Tylenol might cause autism. This news crashed the stock that makes the drug, and a politician sold the stock before it happened. I'm out of breath. We have that and so much more to talk about in today's video. Let's go. Okay, we have to start the video off with this because what the heck? How are politicians going from negative net worths before getting elected to having millions of dollars after they get elected? And by the way, this pretty much proves the entire politician wealth creation theory. So here's Representative Ilhan Omar. According to this financial disclosure, she said that she had a net worth of negative $35,000 when she was first elected in 2019. This is pretty much due to the debt that she racked up from going through college. Nothing new, pretty standard situation for most people. But what happens next is not standard in the slightest, because just 6 years later, according to her most recent disclosure, she has a net worth of up to $30 million. Great for her, man. Yeah. Now I found this comment interesting that someone left on my post about this topic. Hey buddy, you're kind of missing the obvious factor that is how it was Omar's marriage to a successful business person that had a significant impact on her wealth. Let me be clear about this. It's the power and the status that comes alongside being a congresswoman that attracts a successful businessman like that. And it's probably for one main reason too. They just want more power and more status. And I don't want to sound mean here or anything, but it likely has nothing to do with looks. After all, Representative Shelley Pingree married a billionaire hedge fund manager, Donald Sussman, and her net worth spiked out of nowhere. That guy could have been fishing in an entirely different pond, if you know what I mean. By the way, they are now divorced. Now let's get back to this money thing. If you just look around, just a little bit, you'll start to realize that this kind of thing is pretty typical for members of Congress. For example, if we look at Representative Cleo Fields for a moment, this dude has been flexing on everyone recently. Because just this year alone, my guy has invested $25 million into the stock market. Who just has that much money laying around? I mean, this guy's absolutely loaded. Now, one trade that he made back in July, well, I just had to expose it to the internet because it's crazy. He bought a stock called Open Door Technologies, ticker OPEN. Now, this stock is what you would refer to as a meme stock. And it's been getting a lot of attention on the platform called X recently. At least that's how I found out about it. And this stock is already up 189% since he jumped in, I think a little bit over 2 months ago. Now, I've been following politicians' stock trades for the past couple of years, and unfortunately, this is not surprising in the slightest. I guess the real question is now, how will we get money out of politics? The answer to that, I don't know. And it probably will never happen. Oh well. The next thing I talk about here is a new stock the small cap queen is investing her money into. And this one's interesting because the stock isn't up that much yet. Maybe there's still time to jump in for yourself. All right, so when I say small cap queen, I'm referring to Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who has proven time and time again to have this unique ability to buy stocks with a market cap of under $2 billion before they explode in stock price. I know it's strange, but I've been watching her moves and it's real. Very real. Just to prove it to you, last year she bought $15,000 worth of New Gold Incorporated. Ticker NGD hit new all-time highs in the last trading session, and the stock is up a whopping 514% since her buy. And I know what you're saying. It'd be wonderful if you could warn before, not after the stock explodes. Okay, I heard you out. And I'm not saying it will, but on August 5th, she bought another small cap stock with the ticker SSYS. Stratasys Limited is a small company that is known for winning several US military contracts. And Debbie happens to be the ranking member of the Military Construction Subcommittee. And so far, she's only up 26% on that trade. This is nowhere near the 514% gain that she has on the New Gold trade. Now, with that being said, Debbie Wasserman Schultz isn't alone. There's another good stock trader out there that goes by the name of Marjorie Taylor Greene. And in a second, we're going to look into her most recent stock disclosure. These are basically all brand new stock trades that we get to look into. Get ready. Oh, and real quick, if you're finding this video useful, all I can ask from you is to just smash the like button so it can reach more people that might benefit from its information as well. Thank you. Moving on. Okay, so just in the past week, Marjorie Taylor Greene filed new stock buys. Let's dig in. All right, so right off the bat, every single trade in her new disclosure is a purchase. Every buy was placed on September 11th. And I noticed a few things, like how she invested $15,000 into IBIT, iShares Bitcoin Trust. But something that really piqued my interest was the fact that 3 of her buys are in the software industry. I'm talking about Adobe, Google, and CrowdStrike. Apparently, Marjorie has a thing for software. And I know this news isn't the most interesting thing to hear about right now, but Marjorie has been making some crazy good stock trades this year. And I just wanted to show you what stock she's investing into recently so you can just add it to your watch list. All right, so let's answer this comment. So this person is asking, how do you find this information? I assume that you're referring to the software I was just using on screen. You can find it by searching altaneer.com or clicking on the pinned comment in the comment section below. All right. Moving on. I hate to say it, but hey, we warned you, because back on July 10th on our X account, we reported that Senator John Boozman bought $15,000 worth of Broadcom, ticker AVGO. Now, the reason why we flagged this one in the first place is for 3 pretty good reasons. 1, the last 3 times he bought Broadcom stock, it 3x the performance of the S&P 500. 2, Broadcom is the top software vendor for the Navy's $172 million blanket purchase agreement that's active through 2027. And 3, he sits on the Senate Defense Subcommittee. I ain't gonna lie, it really does sound like he had some kind of like privileged information before he placed this trade. I ain't saying he did, but since he bought the stock, Broadcom is up 32%. And if we compare his trades to the S&P 500's performance, you can clearly see it's already 3x'd the performance. Look, S&P's up 12%, and then Broadcom's up 30, almost 33%. Okay, that's like pretty close to a 3x. Now, if you thought that trade was insane for all of the conflict of interest involved, oh, just wait for this next one, because it is probably crossing the line big time. So if you missed the news a few weeks ago, let me get you up to speed. Trump had a pretty big announcement, and to sum things up, he basically said, hey, the FDA is now warning doctors that Tylenol might be a link to autism. Whoa. Basically warning all pregnant women to avoid using Tylenol at all costs necessary. Now, this one's really strange given the fact that Representative Scott Franklin sold a stock called KVUE, ticker KVUE, just weeks before the announcement. Now, here's why this one matters so much. 1, KVUE is the company that makes the drug Tylenol. 2, he sits on the House FDA subcommittee. This guy literally oversees the FDA, who is warning doctors about Tylenol right now. And 3, KVUE stock is down 27% since he sold it on June 16th. The reason why it's crashing so hard is because of the Tylenol announcement. And it was actually down 7% the day of the announcement as well. Crazy stuff. This one feels wrong on so many levels because it's just one of several instances where politicians sell out of a stock before a catastrophic event takes place. And by selling these stocks, it saves them from thousands of dollars in losses, if not millions, off of non-public information. Again, I'm not accusing Scott Franklin of using non-public information on this trade, but given his unique circumstances, it definitely feels like he does. What do you think? All right, so now that we've covered every single topic that I've promised to you in today's video, I have one more thing to add that just puts the icing on the cake. A little bonus nugget, if you will. All right, here it is. This is something that I think the world needs to know about. Nancy Pelosi, oh yeah, we're talking Nancy. She bought $100,000 worth of Tempest AI call options earlier this year on January 14th. Since she bought in, the stock is up 192%. And if you know a thing or two about call options, she's up a lot more percent than this. They're like way more. I wanted to share that trade with you to show how good these politicians are at trading stocks while not sitting on any committees. Yes, Nancy Pelosi doesn't sit on any committees at all. So this is verifiable proof that if the politician doesn't sit on some kind of AI committee in this specific scenario, that it doesn't mean that the trade is completely useless. These politicians are just flat out great investors. They're smart. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. But the bottom line is that they know what they are doing when it comes to investing, especially Nancy Pelosi. Here's a video of her getting pressed on her and her husband's sketchy stock trades.
Over the course of your career, has your husband ever made a stock purchase or sale based on information he received from you?
No, absolutely not. Okay, thank you.
Did you just see the way that she smacked the mic away? What a total boss move. All right, everyone. I think that's a wrap. Glad you made it to the end. Hey, if you made it all the way this far, I want you to comment down below. Rocks. Rocks are cool, right? I'll see you in the next one.